Hi guys, it's Ruby Dhal here and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Woo! Okay, so it's been so long since I last filmed a YouTube video and posted it that I don't actually know what I'm supposed to do. Okay, I'm very new to this. I feel like I'm very new to this despite having posted nearly 100 videos before I went away for a year. First thing I wanted to say is thank you for being patient. Thank you for waiting for me to come back. And for those of you who are new here, I'm going to be doing an intro to myself. Don't worry, I'm back with a bang, and who am I? All together in one video. I've always wanted to film YouTube videos. I've always wanted to be consistent with filming YouTube videos, but life happened. So much in life happened. I got married, I moved houses, I went through so much in the last year that I just wasn't able to film videos in the way that I would have wanted to and be consistent with them. And then alongside that, I was doing this very special, super special project, which I cannot wait to share with you guys in the new year. By the way, happy new year. And I can't wait to share it with you guys because I am going to be very consistent on this YouTube channel now, because this is what I want to be doing. And you know, I enjoy filming YouTube videos so much. It's just having to set it up, when your life is just all over the place, having to set that time aside to film the videos and post alongside everything else that was going on with my life was just very difficult. Thank you for coming back to my YouTube channel. And welcome to all my new wonderful, beautiful lovebugss subscribers. I am so happy that you are here, and I can't wait to give you a little bit of an intro of, you know, into me, let you know who I am and just get into it basically. So before coming back to this YouTube channel, I was like, what kind of videos does someone do when they've gone on a hiatus, they are coming back and they are kind of reintroducing themselves? And there was a lot of like intro videos. So there were a lot of videos where it was like, do a Q&A and see what people want to know about you. So I sent a story a couple of weeks ago on my Instagram where I was like, ask me a couple of questions that you would like to know in my YouTube video. You know, what would you like to know about me? And I got quite a few responses back. What I'm going to do is do a Q&A and just introduce you to who I am. I've got a couple of questions here, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to read these questions and I'm going to answer them as I would and have a normal conversation with you. So the first question that I have is, what's your name and who are you? My name is Ruby Dhal. I say so a lot. I don't know why I do that. However, my name is Ruby Dhal. I am an author. I'm a best-selling author of 5 books of poetry, prose, and bite-sized self-help. I have an Instagram page where I share my writing on there on all things healing, relationships, self-love, heartbreak, moving on, self-discovery, you name it. Anything that you potentially could think that you need life advice about or tips or want to read a post or a poem or something on, I write it. I also have a Facebook page. I also have a TikTok page. I am on all social medias. I also have a Substack where I blog weekly. I send out a newsletter and I'm enjoying that as well so much. I feel like Substack is like the new place for writers like myself who would like to send out weekly newsletters but also connect with their readers on there as well. So essentially, I am a self-love content creator, self-love blogger, self-love author, and I'm just here to spread wholesome vibes, which is also the name of my newsletter on Substack. I know, I love how I just trickle that in there, but I'm here to spread wholesome vibes, to motivate people to love themselves, to help people on their healing journey in some way. And my books are, you know, they are a testament to this. They're a testament to my purpose of helping people in their healing journeys all over the world. Another question that I had was, do you have a day job? Now, I find this really interesting because obviously I am an author, I write books, but people are aware that writing books perhaps is not like a feasible career in the long run. It's not something that you're able to make a full-time job of unless you've been doing it for quite a while, or unless you have an amazing publishing deal and you're basically selling tons and tons of books. So I have had a day job for a really long time. I used to work full-time, then I used to work part-time at a university that is near to where I live. However, I did leave a year ago. So I left when this secret project, which I cannot share but really want to, came into my life, and I was like, I can start doing this full-time now. I don't need to have a day job. I can just be a full-time author. So I am very much a full-time author. I'm very much a full-time self-love content creator. Of course, it would be great to make YouTube something that I do full-time as well. However, I know that consistency is key when it comes to YouTube. So I'm really trying my best to get there with YouTube, especially now that, as you know, for those of you who saw my old videos, I've obviously got a new setup. I've got a new place where I am filming these videos because I did move, and this leads to my next question. The next question was, are you single? Are you dating? I am married. So I got married earlier last year. I got married in June, and since then I have moved in with my husband. I am in a new house. I have been traveling, exploring, working on my projects, writing as much as I can, and just trying to settle into new life before I was able to kind of dabble into all the other things that I was going to do, such as YouTube. I do want to going forward open up a new podcast or something as well, but I really want to be consistent on YouTube first. I want to keep YouTube running in the background while I can write on the side, which is obviously what I want to do, which is what my full-time job. And then if this works, then definitely I will move on to podcasting. And I feel like I'm just giving you guys all this info about me without getting the questions in. Yes, I do want to eventually do podcasts, which was another question that someone had. I do want to go into podcasts, and I do want to eventually make podcasting and YouTube a part of my self-love content creator life. I want to incorporate them in that life. Of course, it takes a lot of time, and when it comes to things like YouTube and podcasting, you can spend quite a long time, quite a few years creating content, getting content out there without getting any monetary gain. And for me, that's fine when it comes to YouTube, because as I said, I am a full-time author, so I am earning from my books and whatever I get out over there. However, if I was to add podcasts to the mix as well, then I would be dividing my time between writing, YouTubing, and podcasting, whereas only one of those, things at the moment is giving me a stream of incomes. Definitely podcasting one day when I feel like I've got the hang of this creator life, but for now, I'm definitely really enjoying writing, creating books, and just making videos. So yeah. Another question that I had was, where do I see this YouTube channel going? What is the purpose of this YouTube channel? Essentially, what do I want from it? What do I want my viewers to want from it? For me, as I said, I'm a self-love content creator. I write about self-love, healing, self-discovery, and so on. And the thing is, with my blog, which is on Substack, I have gone a step further where I have become more personal. I have shared things about my personal life where I have been honest and vulnerable, because I believe that your strength can be found in your vulnerabilities. And so I wanted to do the same thing with the YouTube channel, where until now, where we have done quite a lot of videos on where I have given tips on, healing, well-being, relationships, dating, friendships, toxic relationships. And I've done so much of those videos that I wanted to do. I wanted to get a lot more up close and personal. I wanted to do chats where I share about, generally about my life. I wanted to give you guys a little bit of more intro and a deeper insight into me. I wanted to share my writing process, so a day in the life of an author. Well, I want to do all of these things, and I want to also continue to creating videos on, healing and self-love and so on, because I feel like these videos are so important and they make such a huge difference to your lives when you do watch them or, read the content that I share, I hope. And I wanted to just take it a step further. I wanted to give you a little bit of an intro to myself, to things that I love. I love books. I wanted to share my love for books. I wanted to share my favorite authors, my favorite books. So this is a general wholesome vibes, lifestyle, healing, life tips, self-love content, book talk, everything that I love talking about and sharing. And I just hope that you guys love it too. I just hope that I'm able to, through this channel, make a difference to your lives in some way, and just, make an impact in whichever way I can. One of you asked me, how many siblings I have, whether I have any siblings. I do have siblings. I have two brothers. I have an older brother and I have a younger brother, and they are both very, very annoying. I love them so much, but they are literally a pain in my ass most of the time. So yeah, the younger one's very, very cute. He's like my baby, to be quite honest with you. He's my first child. The older one is also very lovely, very amazing, very annoying, and they're just how brothers are. I am the only sister. I am the sole amazing person in this family when it comes to siblings. Well, actually, I think I'm just the sole amazing person in general in this family. And yeah, basically. Another question that someone asked me was, how often do you plan on filming a video and posting it? I'm going to be very, very honest with you. I am, going in with the mindset that I'm going to post a video and release it once a week with shorts in between. So say 2-3 shorts every week alongside my videos. And those shorts are going to be I don't know if you guys follow me on Instagram, but I would definitely recommend that you do. I post some really cute, nice shorts. I say cute because I'm in them. But generally, I mean, they are very helpful. They are like short pieces of prose that I perform from my book, essentially. And just kind of reading them out, getting them out in a video, I feel makes all the difference. I am so moved by some people's words when they share them by speaking them as opposed to just reading them. I absolutely love books. I think books are the most amazing thing that could ever happen to us as humans. Well, I'm a bit biased. There's a lot of things that have happened to us as humans which have been amazing, but books are quite high up over there. So I love books. I love personal development books. I love poetry books. I love bite-sized self-help. I love prose. I love micro poetry. And when it's read out, when it is performed, it just moves me even more. So I know that a lot of you come to YouTube because of that very reason, where you may love books or you may really enjoy them, but you also just love the performative aspect of it. I will also be doing shorts where I will perform those particular pieces from my books, not in a spoken word way because I am not a spoken word poet. I did try it once. I really sucked very bad, but I will definitely be performing those pieces essentially in the shorts, and I'll also be sharing my videos like this once a week, full length videos like this once a week. One of you asked me what one of my most favorite books are. I'm going to do a video on this. So I'm going to do a video on my most favorite reads of 2023, my most favorite reads of 2024 as they go into the year. So I'm definitely going to do a lot of book talk content, a lot of books. So hang in there. I will definitely get the book content to you very soon, hopefully in the next few weeks. And another one of you asked me if I'm used to being in front of the camera. I'm not really used to being in front of the camera. I mean, I've done YouTube videos quite a lot in the past, but even then, like, I would film a video and then I would come back and I'd be like, I've not done this for so long and I don't know what I'm doing anymore. And this is how I feel every single time that I film a YouTube video, because essentially I have such a huge gap between videos that I'm just so confused about what I'm supposed to be doing and so on. So yeah, just hang in there. You know, I usually have quite a lot of technical issues as well with my videos. So in the past, I've had motion blurs, I've had so much. Like, I am trying to get the hang of it. I'm watching videos, I'm Googling, I'm researching as much as I possibly can to try and get the most out of these videos for you. But I am new to it. I am a writer. I prefer getting in my sweats, putting glasses on and just writing. You know, it's very uncomfortable for me to get in front of a camera and film videos, but the impact and effect of these videos whenever they do come out, you know, when people message me and say they really resonated with the words that I shared or tips that I included, that really makes all the difference to me. So that is why I feel not very used to being in front of the camera, but I hope that as time goes on, I'm more used to it and I'm able to create lots and lots of great, wonderful, wholesome content for you all. So this is a get to know me question. Someone asked me, what are your favorite things to do? My most favorite things to do are essentially reading, writing, going on a walk, going to the gym, spending time with my husband. Those are my 5 favorite things to do. I know it seems like a lot, but generally, when you think about it, reading, writing is something that I do every day. Going on a walk is something that I try to do every other day as well. Every day in the summer, when it's cold like this, it's very cold in the winter at the moment, and it's been raining in London like every other day. So I try to get my steps in, but I've really been struggling to get that vitamin D and to get those steps in. And I love going to the gym. It really helps me. It changes my mindset. It helps me feel better about my situation. It really changes my mind and my vibe. And I love my husband, so I love spending time with him. So those are my most favorite things to do. I really enjoy anything that changes my mood, brings me up, anything that just changes my vibration and sets me for a good day. And I feel like, you know, going on a walk, especially exercising and reading a couple of pages a day, is just something that can totally change your mood for the better. So someone asked me what my books are about, essentially what my favorite book out of all of my books is. And I can't pick one, okay? I can't, you know, how do you pick between your book babies? However, as an author, the one thing I have noticed is that as you continue writing new books, as you continue to write new stuff, your first few things that you wrote, like your first few pieces of content, your first few projects, tend to be less and less of your favorites, because of the fact that you were a different writer when you wrote those things, you were a different author, you were a different person. So I would say that out of all of my books, my most recent ones are my most favorite. What are these books? My very first book is called Memories Unwound, and it is a favorite because it was a micro poetry book and I loved writing this book so much. It was absolutely beautiful. It's got lots and lots of beautiful pieces of prose in there, and it was a result of me creating an Instagram page, and I just really enjoyed getting to know myself as a writer and just writing some poetry. As a result of this came my second book. This was more of a take on like illustrations, because I started posting my pieces and poetry pieces with a lot of illustrations as I went on my Instagram page, and those illustrations were doing really well. So I hired an illustrator who did the front cover as well. And again, this was a micro poetry book. As you can see, it was a micro poetry plus an illustration book. It was really special to me. It was, you know, a good book. The issue is that I published this book with a independent publishing house, which I would never recommend to anyone to do. They were very bad. Published with an independent publishing house, of course. However, do your research before you do. I signed a contract without an agent. It was just very messy, and I wouldn't recommend the experience for anyone. And so I would say that this is a good book, but it comes with like a few bitter feelings because of the independent publishing company. I did eventually get the rights of my book back. This is now, if you were to buy it, it is my book and it is under my name. Now come the new books that came as a result of me changing my style as an author, me changing my vibe as a writer, you know? I was becoming more at one with what kind of content, I was becoming more at one with myself. I was learning about what kind of pieces and poetry pieces I enjoyed writing, and that's what resulted in this book, which is My Hope for Tomorrow. This has a special place in my heart. I love it so much. I always come back to it. I always come back to sharing pieces from this book, and a lot of these shorts that I do are a result of the pieces. As you can see, I have got so many that I've just folded, pages that I've folded, because I always come back to, like, this was just me finding myself as a writer, finding myself as an author, and I just loved what became of this book. This is such a special book to me. If I had a favorite, this would be it. Yeah, it's definitely very special. The one after this was my first bite-sized self-help. When I say bite-sized self-help, I mean it's like there's a narrative in there. There are chapters where I do lots and lots of talking and writing, but it's not self-help in the traditional sense. Also, since it was not traditionally published, it was self-published. That's why it says bite-sized self-help, because it is self-help from my perspective that I wrote, edited, and published myself. This is Dear Self, and this book has sold the most copies. This allowed me to do what I'm doing full time. This book really changed everything around for me. It's a beautiful cover, as you can see. It's just so stunning. There's just like pages and pages of writing. There's pieces of prose, there's chapters, there's stuff on healing, there's stuff on self-love, there's stuff on moving on, there's stuff on heartbreak, friendships, everything is in this book. This is a very special book to me, and it's the only book that is of its kind. The others are all either poetry or they're either prose, but this is the only book that's a bite-sized self-help book. I'm a lot more honest in this book. I talk a lot more about my experiences and so on, and you get a little bit of an insight to me as a person behind the words as well. So I absolutely love this book. And my most recent book, and I really love this book, especially the cover, the writing, is Between Us. So this is a bit similar to Dear Self in terms of the cover. I wanted to do something different. I wanted to follow the theme of Dear Self, and so I did the cover like this. And this, again, as you can see, there are so many pages that I have saved. It's, again, back to being prose, and I love me some prose. I absolutely love, you know, writing long chunks of paragraphs with insight on a particular emotion, experience, feeling, an idea, thought, anything, and this book is definitely one of my most favorite books. I love this book. I would say that when I changed my tact as a writer, when I became more at one with who I was as an author and who I was as an artist, My Hope for Tomorrow, Dear Self, and Between Us came about, and they're definitely my most favorite books in terms of the content that I share. Of course, I absolutely love Memories Unwound and A Handful of Stars too, and I am so proud of those books because they have come from pieces of my heart from a time when I was, you know, healing and struggling and in a difficult place, and I always go back to those books when I want to read some poetry. But because I am now a full-on all-out prose writer, these books are definitely my favorite. So yeah, if you want to go grab them, you're more than welcome to. I have the link in the caption below. Is it called a caption? I don't really know. But yeah, so thank you so much, guys. Okay, I wanted to do a little bit of a I'm back, a little revisit to who I am as an author, a content creator, a writer. There's so much exciting stuff coming in the next coming weeks, months, and the next years. I'm going to be here now. I'm going to consistently film videos. I don't feel like I have an excuse, to be quite honest with you. Life, touch wood, is a lot calmer, a lot more, you know, there's no wedding prep, there's nothing that's too strenuous that's coming about. I'm going to be as consistent as I can with posting videos. Please, if you haven't already, you know, tap on the bell icon, subscribe to my channel. It would make all the difference in the world to me. Share this video, comment below, give as much love as you possibly can. So please like, comment, and subscribe and share. Thank you so much. See you guys next week. I also have a Facebook channel. I also have a Facebook page.